part of our sales strategy is it is a mystic thing, window restoration, because as a society, we've been taught window replacement. You got to replace your windows. You got to go for efficiency. But if you're looking at even the most efficient windows, they're still especially in the historic space, they're inefficient holes in the wall, even in their most efficient form. And so we've told our story as we've evolved. We've got the story of telling people why they should restore and how special their windows are, which is true. Old growth pine, hand mouth blown glass, like truly like antiques and like beautifully built windows. And like as a society, coming out of the 70s, we've been told, nope, rip them out, put in this vinyl, put in this, like, and the efficiency curve has been, in the window games, like, nope, you need a high efficient window. It's like, nope, actually your windows, if you're thinking about sustainability, long-term, carbon impacts, preserving them is the best. But so internally, what that turned into is us telling like how special, and that turned into us then looking at every single window as an artifact and as a very unique thing, which is true, but that makes it really hard to standardize. When you're looking at every product that comes through, you're looking at everything needs a special process. And you're like, so trying to find that balance of, yes, every window is different. It is unique. It is special to the building. It was built specifically for that building. But that doesn't mean if we look at everything as unique and has to have its own process, it makes for really hard to manage. And so that's where we want to tell people, as sales strategy, as a just client education strategy, just as an industry education strategy, yes, they are very special and unique, high variance. But when we're managing it, we want to get it down to simple process. We want to get, we're the experts. We know all the things that need to happen with it. Let's codify it. And the guru, my dad, the window expert, learned all this stuff. And Mark, we learned this term from Mark. We say now IDH, in dad's head. So like, how do we get that knowledge, that 20, 30-year knowledge out of dad's head? How do we get it so we can train the next generation of craft workers? And so my mini mission with Double Hung is, okay, if I can transfer knowledge from my dad's head and bring it into a software where I can leverage data to preserve all those lessons learned, that can be done with any business. That can be done with plumbers, electricians, because, 2030 is approaching. We're losing 40 to 60% of our craft workers. And a lot of the craft workers are now running businesses. And, as you run a business, you're like, man, I don't get to do what I love. I don't get to teach the people what I know. I have to just really focus on cash flow and get money in to get paychecks. I can't go out there and train people when I've got, accounts receivable, 90 days out. And so we've really, as an industry, and I know I talked about this at the CPC, through our contracting, we've made it really, really hard for subcontractors to pass on that knowledge, because they've become, instead of craft work professionals teaching other craft work professionals, building up the craft work network and apprentices, they're risk managers now. They're contract managers. They're out there, figuring out how to go to the bank. And, that's not where, if we're going to get through this labor shortage, like, we need the people who know the knowledge, passing on the knowledge, and we need the people who can manage the contracts and the information, helping us to do it better from the craft work level. And I think that to plug in energy to this, energy gives us that tool to fight back against the surge of unfair contract regulations, unfair, contract language, and bad schedules. It gives us, as a trade partner, real good data to protect ourselves and keep our consistency, so we can focus on doing the better things, or the more fun things and the more necessary things, like teaching our people how to do the work instead of how to manage ourselves from or protect ourselves from bad contracts.